Hello, my name is Cheri Laser. I'm a mom, a Grammy, a writer, editor, author of 2 novels, and I'm a cancer survivor. And that last point is why I'm here today. The target audience for this particular video includes women who have hair loss due to chemo. This particular view of me is what I call an aftershot, when all the makeup is on and I look like myself when I look in the mirror. As yesterday's video opens, however, it was live and very much a before shot. So I'm starting this way. My hope is that with this video, I can be of help to someone out there by showing vulnerabilities that we all share. Thank you very much for your time. I hope you enjoy the video, learn something, are able to take away something that you can use, and there will be additional comments from me at the end. Thank you so much. I have just completed 18 weeks of chemotherapy, and I don't have any hair, but you're not going to see that part of me right now. What you are going to see, though, is that when you lose your hair, you also lose your eyebrows and your eyelashes. But I've met a lot of wonderful women over the last number of years who have different perspectives on their appearance when they go through chemo. Some women don't mind not having hair, and they wear either they wear a hat or they wear nothing, and I think that's fabulous. They also may not feel so inclined to wear makeup at all. That isn't me. I'm reaching those who are like me, who do have a thing about makeup, and I don't wear a lot of makeup, but I need to wear some. I'm very fair, and if I don't wear something, I kind of fade into the air. I'm doing this video now because I'm noticing, even though my chemo just finished a couple of weeks ago, I'm starting to get a little growth in my eyebrows, and I saw a couple of eyelash things popping up. So I need to get this video made while I still don't have any eyebrows and eyelashes. This is the most important piece of all. This is the eyebrow pencil. I already have on my eyes a primer, and it goes on the lid. Here, I'm going to take my glasses off. So. The primer goes on the lid, all under, right up to where your eyebrow would be, and then down on this part. But the first thing we need to do is get the eyebrow on. Now I'm going to come in here really close, and as you can see, I have no eyebrow. And I'm not sure that this is going to work without a mirror. Okay, I'm back, and I have a mirror, which I think is going to be helpful because I can't really see the lines that I need to see unless I'm looking in the mirror. But the point I want to make is that when I first lost my eyebrows, I thought, oh, how am I going to draw these on? So I spent some money on things like these little templates. They're like little stencils that you can draw on. And then I realized, just by accident, that if you raise your eyebrows like this, if you kind of pull them up, you see the line. The eyebrow line kind of comes into view right here. So I'm going to take my eyebrow pencil. You're not going to believe the difference this makes. I'm going to take my eyebrow pencil, and I'm just going to draw the eyebrow in with that line. So you take the pencil, and you lift your eyebrows up, and you just draw the line so that it follows that arc. But look at the difference when you have an eyebrow. And that's before I've highlighted it with the shadow and stuff. So let me do the other one really quick. Lift that eyebrow up. And the one thing you do want to try to do is make them sort of match. So let me just kind of, I guess I should have background music here. Maybe I should have hired a pianist for this. But the reason I'm doing this is because there wasn't a place for me to go without spending a lot of money to find out this stuff. And so if it helps even one person out there who's going through chemo, that will be great. The other thing I learned is that I carried this eyebrow pencil with me in my purse because sometimes sometimes you forget that you don't have hair, and sometimes you forget that you don't have eyebrows, and you reach up and you rub your eye or you do something, and next time you look in the mirror you have a big blank spot on your face in the middle of your eyebrow. So the first time that happened, I didn't really have any recourse. So now we're going to use the brushes, and I'm using my palette. And what we're going to do is you start with when you get a set of 3 brushes, a set of 3 shadows, that they're usually start with really light and then a little darker and then a little darker. And the darkest one of the 3 is the one you're going to use to fake your eyelashes. And it's all done with smoke and mirrors, and it makes people think that you have eyelashes. So I'm starting with this fuzzier brush, and I'm going to take the lightest eyeshadow, and I'm going to cover the whole lid like that. Then you take kind of a flat brush like this. See, it's kind of, see if I can get it here. See, it's kind of skinny and flat, and that's for the next darkest color in your set of 3. And that's going to go on the lower part of your lid like this. It kind of goes up into the crease. But see already how you're getting some definition on the eye. And now the other eye, you do the same thing. And you go up, as I said, you go on your lower lid, up into the crease. And again, you want to kind of look at the 2 lids and make sure they're sort of even. Like that. And then you kind of want to blend it. Just kind of blend it. And you can blend it with your fingers, or you can blend it with another brush. I usually use another brush, but I don't have it with me at the moment, and so rather than stop the tape again, I'm just going to continue. Now, this is where the trick really comes, because as you can see, I have no eyelashes. See, there's no eyelashes there. But in just a second, you're not going to know that. So you go with the darkest color in your set of 3, and then you go right on the lower part of your lid. I hope you can see what I'm doing here as I'm looking away. Right up on the line where your eyelashes grow. And some people say to use the eyeliner, but for me, the eyeliner makes too much of a definitive line. It's like a dark black line, and it looks like eyeliner. It doesn't blend in. It's not what you want to do is fake people out. And if the eyeliner is too severe, it doesn't accomplish that. So I like to use the eyeshadow right up in the line where your eyelashes grow. And it was because, again, I'm very fair, and I have blue eyes, and I have no color in my skin, and so without any eyebrows or eyelashes, it's just like my eyes look like 2 orbs kind of floating on a white palette. It's sort of like really ugly. And so I would be sitting right next to people and telling them this, that doing my eyes without eyebrows and eyelashes is really difficult. And they just look at me and they go, well, you have them now, right? And I'm like, no, I don't have, they have not. I still have none. And they look right at me and they say, I can't tell. I absolutely can't tell. And they're being, they're sitting right there. So right now I'm doing the lower lid. Again, what I like to do also, I do the upper lid line by dipping the brush into the eyeshadow. A separate dip for each eye, and then, or more, make it darker or thicker or whatever, if you want. But then I use the residual eyeshadow that's on the brush for the lower lid, rather than dipping it in and getting a fresh thing. And the reason is that sometimes if you get a fresh dip on the brush, the eyeshadow is too heavy and it kind of falls all over your face, or it's too dark. And the one thing about the lower lid is you don't want it to be too dark, because you don't want it to be too obvious that you have eyeliner on. Look at the difference from when I started this video. The brush for the fake you out eyelashes is very small and very thin. Now the last one I'm going to use is a little bit bigger, and it's kind of bent a little. And I use that for this highlighter shadow. And I like a lot of glitter anyway, and bling and stuff like that. So, I mean, you can get whatever you want, and just a matte shade if you want. But I'm using this color right here out of this palette. So what I do with this one is I go right up under my new fake eyebrow, and I go right up under the line, the bottom line of the eyebrow I drew. And that's because it gives you the flexibility to do a lot of stuff. You can kind of even up your eyebrow line, and it highlights the eyebrow. Can you see that? Now I suppose this fourth part would be optional. If you finish the first three colors and you're happy with the way it looks, then just leave it there. Okay. Hello again. As a wrap up, I wanted to make a couple of comments that came to mind as I was editing the video. First of all, I'd like to make sure you all realize that this is my temporary hair. Chemo, of course, is a very traumatic process, and I'm one of those people that feels the process is made a little easier by being able to look in the mirror and actually see yourself instead of somebody you don't recognize. But as a girl with long hair, that was a challenge. I finally did find this particular option, and I had my hairdresser help me style it so that it really does look just exactly like me and like my hair did before it came out. If you're interested in talking about this, exploring the options, or finding out where I got this one, right down to the model number, I would be happy to share that with you if you contact me on my blog at cherilaser.wordpress.com. The next thing I want to mention is that the reason I use the shadow for my eyelashes is that I was told that the glue from false eyelashes can cause infections. And as chemo patients, we're very susceptible to infections, some of which can become very serious, even life-threatening. So I decided not to mess with it at all, especially when it was related to my eyes. The final comment I want to make is that as I was watching the video back, I happened to notice that the eyebrows I drew for you were crooked, a little crooked. So I want to apologize for that, and I hope they're a little straighter tonight. Thank you so much again for watching. I really appreciate your time. Do contact me on my blog. Again, that's cherilaser.wordpress.com. And meanwhile, I wish you all the best in 2012. But most of all, I wish you a very healthy year and a life ahead. Good night. Or maybe good morning.